Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, go getters. Let's go ahead and get Instagram connected. What if I told you, family, you can build $1 million business and do it in 12 months? Would you believe me? It's exactly what we're doing. Let's get Instagram connected. Come on, Instagram. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on now. Boom, there we go. We're back. We're better than ever, greater than ever, more blessed than ever. Listen, every day that we get to wake up, get an opportunity to get in front of these cameras and talk to you guys, that's a blessed day, right? Anything in between that, I feel like I'm smart enough to figure out myself, right? So we're blessed. We're here. What are we here for? Why are you here? We're building out $1 million business and we're doing it in public. As always, I'm your host as well as your guide on this build, known as Patrick Hart, in some circles known as that healthcare guy. Depends on where you follow me. So we're building out $1 million business, and every single episode is designed to give you some insights, some knowledge, some frameworks, some system builds, some education, maybe even some people that help you understand some of the people that I collaborate with to help you build your $1 million brand, right? A lot of us here, when you come here, you know what we're looking for? Man, we're looking for some insight because we're trying to get unstuck. How do I go from being this mid-level professional to becoming this executive that I want to be? How do I become from having a side business to actually growing a major business? How do I go from being somewhat visible to building a $1 million brand that's recognizable across the internet, right? That's why a lot of people are here. So we're there. I'm here. Like, that's the job. That's the whole purpose of this build in public. Today we're going to be streaming on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. We got the whole family in one place, as we always do. So thank y'all for rocking with your boy. Really quick, let me give you some love for rocking with me, because today is going to be episode 99 already. 99 episodes in this thing. We kicked this thing off January the 11th, 2026. And here we are, May 28, 2026. We're 99 episodes into this baby. I already see you. I see you 0328. I see you, family. I see you, Big Kel. I see the hospital liaison guy. I see you, Happy Mood. I see you, Lawrence. I see you, everybody. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. At this point, I'm officially opening up the chat box as well as the comment box. So listen, as I get through today's topic points, if there's something on your chest, something you agree with, something you disagree with, if you just want to get some, share your point of view, don't forget, you can leave it in the comment section. Here's the other thing too. I'm building this business in public, but I do realize that there's other people that they're building their business behind the scenes. They're building their brand. If there's things that's impacting you and your growth from helping you get to that next level, and you think it'd be a great live topic, slide in my DM and say, hey, Pat, here's a great idea. This is some stuff that I'm going through, right? And if I feel like it's worthy enough that a lot of other like-minded individuals like yourself are going through as well, I write a whole live around it, and then we can either co-collaborate on it, or you can just simply watch me delivering the version of your live that you wanted me to share with the public as well. So Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I see you, MG. I see you, Tashina. Thank you for topping in. The hospital liaison guy. I see you, family. I see you, user 125. I see you, family. Thank you. I appreciate it. Episode 99. What are we going to be talking about today? I see you, Cartier. I see you, boss. Episode 99. What are we talking about today? Drum roll, please. Let's go. Let's get it. Boom. Let's go. Let's get it. We back in that thing. I'm going to give you the energy today, because a lot of us, we need that little energy. I'm going to give you the energy today. Episode 99. Here it is. What is it about? Here's the title. I'm dropping the title. Growth becomes impossible once you stop lying to yourself. Oh man, come on now, man. I might lose some people today because this touches on a nerve. Everybody thinks they're doing the right thing. Everybody thinks they're doing just enough to do what they're supposed to do. But here's the title: Growth becomes impossible once you stop lying to yourself. And I'm just going to call out some things that I've seen on my build. If you feel like it touches the nerve, hey, you can leave a comment, say, hey, it's touching too close to home. You can drop out, whatever you need to be. But not every episode is designed to deliver the message that you need that day. Sometimes the message is going to hit you down the road. It may be a couple of days. It may be a week. It may be next month. And you'd be like, you know what? He did talk about this thing, and I am going through that. So let's get into it. Growth becomes impossible once you stop lying to yourself. Again, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I got the comment section open. So, show me some love. Show yourself some love. Let's get into it. I see you, Tashina. Impossible or impossible? It's growth becomes impossible once you stop lying to yourself. So I appreciate the clarification. I see you, Rob Dunn, on YouTube. Thanks for tapping in, family. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as TikTok. Let me tell you something that nobody really warns you about when you decide to build publicly like I decided to do. I see you, N.U. Jones. Thanks for tapping in. I see you, Keisha. I see you, Evan. I appreciate you, family. Listen, nobody, let me tell you something that nobody warns you about when you start to build this thing publicly like I decided to do. The process, the whole entire process is going to force you to face yourself. And that's the biggest journey right there. That's the biggest hurdle is yourself, right? And I'm not talking about, listen, I'm not talking about the version of you that talks about achieving your goals. I'm talking about the real version of you, right? The disciplined version, the distracted version, the focused version, the inconsistent version, all of that, right? All of those, they are you. Like all of these things, they live inside of each of us, right? Have you ever noticed how easy it is to hide from your habits when nobody's watching you? Maybe it's just me. It's so easy to hide from your habits when nobody's watching you, right? But the minute you decide to do something public, like me, building this thing publicly, and dude, it removes things fast. Like now you begin to notice your patterns become visible, not just to other people, but to yourself. Y'all noticed that before? You know, if I'm being honest with y'all, family, when I decided to build this thing in public, honestly, this is exactly what I hoped would happen for me to reveal some of those patterns. I like to push myself. I want to grow. And I decided to grow in public because I grew in private settings before. I grew in public settings before, but I've never grown across the internet. And that's a whole different challenge. And so I was like, okay, Pat, if I'm trying to get to this level of career success, if I'm trying to get to this level of visibility, I have to do something that I haven't done before. So that's what I hoped for. I was really hoping for that. I wanted to get my patterns exposed so I can build new patterns. That's the only way I'm going to become the version that I wanted to be for myself. Y'all with me? Accountability. You're spot on that, Tashina. Accountability. I see you, Dooley. Thanks for tapping in. I see you, World Be Free. I appreciate that. I see you, Hawking Block. Thanks for tapping in. Here's the message. Here's the message for this episode right here. Building publicly exposes the habits that your conversations try to hide. Like sit on that for a second, process it, think about it. When you're building public, it's going to expose every single habit that you had. You can't lie behind a screen anymore. I got these cameras, I got these eyeballs on me. I got people's ears listening to every single word that I say. So now I got to be super strategic, but also I have to be super real in front of these cameras. I got to let you know how it is while also building this thing in public. So here's the promise, right? In this episode, I want to talk to you about one of the biggest unexpected lessons from building this business publicly every single day. You know what it is? It's how much the process begins to expose you. And it's not being exposed financially. It's not even being exposed personally. I mean, it's just you're being exposed. So by the end of this, you're going to understand three things that I want to share with you really quick. Why public execution accelerates your self-awareness. And I think that's so important as a mid-level professional, as an entrepreneur, as a striving someone who's striving to show up in the executive rooms. Even as an executive, self-awareness becomes the difference maker for high achievers. I see you, Daily Armor of Faith. I appreciate you for tapping in. So number one, why public execution accelerates self-awareness. Number two, how visibility exposes your habits quickly. And then number three, why growth becomes impossible once you stop lying to yourself. That's the title right there. How does growth become impossible once you stop lying to yourself? So we're going to get into it. I see you, Nana. Thanks for tapping in. I see you, Sharon. Thanks for tapping in. Here's what I have to learn. Listen, you cannot consistently show up publicly and then avoid yourself forever. It's impossible. I don't know how you could do it. You can't show up publicly and avoid yourself. That's self-awareness. We want to tap into that. And here's a pattern that I want to share with you guys. Listen, a lot of people love the idea of building publicly, right? Like it sounds sexy. It sounds phenomenal. It sounds like that's the thing to do because what do? You get an audience. You get a little bit of growth. You get a little bit of attention. You get those opportunities. They start coming your way. All of that. I mean, that sounds dope. You kind of want that, right? But they never think about the mirror that it creates. What are we talking about? Yeah, there's a mirror. Every single time you begin to show up for yourself, you start to look at yourself differently. You start to look at your shortcomings. You start to look at where you provide value at. You look at your shortcomings. You look at where you're just not that sharp yet. You realize, man, there's so much more that I need to learn. There's so much more that I can do. I realize that man, my systems are not exactly the way they should be yet. How am I going to grow from here to here if my systems are not clear, if they're not proper, if I don't have my automation set up just properly right? It's how do my content get better? Like there's a learning game when you're building your personal brand, when you're angling to get into that corporate office. Listen, if this is your first time here, thank you for joining. All right. If you're a returning viewer, you know what I say. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all really been showing me some love. The whole goal is to help educate you as well as myself on this $1 million bill so we can go from here to here. We can go from here to here. That's what we're trying to get to. There's another level of life that maybe you haven't experienced before. The job is to help you experience that thing, right? So, but you begin to look in the mirror. That's the part that nobody likes to talk enough about, because once you start showing up consistently, like really showing up consistently, you'll start to notice the patterns that you've been leaning into. Like they're gonna show up for you. I think you touched, I appreciate the love. Listen, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I see you Into the Garden. I see you, Lisa Ann. I see you, Emmy. The whole family's here. Who we got? Okay, I gotta, because it's not my business and I'm not. Okay, let me read this really quick. LinkedIn says, it says a LinkedIn user. I can't see the name on it, but let me read what you said. It says, I'm not trying to going crazy about this stuff because it's not my business, and I'm not just going to be able to get a job because of the virus and it's going around. So how much more am I even sure what I should do when my life right now just want you guys to be a better position for my family, to have some time so that we could be friends. And I'm really hard right now here because I'm really not sure, and it's hard because it's really a thing anymore. And I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say, but it sounds like there's some things that's going on behind the scenes in your life, and you're trying to improve that. So you're trying to create an ecosystem or a community of support. You're in the right place right here. Listen, not everybody's going to tap in with you and give you love, but people are seeing your comments, right? Because you're in my thread. So people are going to see your comments, and then you may realize that there's going to be a lot of like-minded individuals that begin to rock with you and support you behind the scenes. All right. So I wanted to share that with you guys as well. Here's the other thing. If you're just now joining, you're like, who is this guy? Why should we tap in? Listen, Army veteran, 6 years in the military, 2 tours overseas, 1 during 9/11. I pivoted. I found healthcare. I spent over 15 years rising through the ranks in healthcare. I became a healthcare technology executive. I was part of an executive team that spearheaded and sold a $750 million company. And then in 2023, I decided, you know what, Pat, what if we can just bet on ourselves, right? So I bet on myself. I created my own business in 2023. I started paying myself, created my own business. And I realized the journey from being a corporate executive to an entrepreneur, those are 2 different kind of skills. Those are not the same skills. And a lot of people think that jump is going to be easy. It's not. You got to learn a whole new skill set, because when you're a corporate executive, a lot of people are doing shit for you. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to do shit for yourself, right? So it's a different type of skill. And so I got into the personal branding space because I wanted to help so many other like-minded individuals get unstuck. So many other individuals find the playbook to build their wealth system. So that's why we're here. The goal is to help you create and build $1 million brand and do it in 12 months. That's my goal. So I'll become your proof point. So we got 2 big goals. We're building out $1 million business in 12 months. The second big goal is we're building out a 50,000 member ecosystem inside the newsletter. Why is that so important? I always share with you guys, if you're your first time here, you want to own your own ecosystem, okay? If you're relying on algorithms to push out your message, you may be stuck playing a game that you may not be able to afford or keep up with, right? So that's a different kind of game. But once you own your own ecosystem, family, like you own the leads, the contact information of the people that rock with you. Now, as you move, as you rock, as you dip, as you pivot, those people, they move, they rock, they dip, and they pivot with you as well. So own your own ecosystem. With that being said, we're growing the ecosystem to 50,000 members. Once I get to 50,000, man, there's not much that I cannot do inside my ecosystem. Every single time I drop a message, you get it. Every single time I share some insight, you get it. Every single time I want to provide value, you get it. So that's why that ecosystem is so important. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, this is a great opportunity to do that, right? I got close to 7,000 members today. We're growing that baby to 50,000. But on the inside, you're going to get first access to my branding and visibility $1 million playbook. And it's designed, like the whole frameworks, the tools, the systems, everything is designed in that thing to help you go from here to here. It also has a clear playbook to help you monetize your insight and value to actually make $1 million as well. So sign up for the wait list if you haven't signed up for that, baby. All right, I see y'all, family. I see I'm seeing everybody tapping in. I see you, Kat. I see you, DF. I see you, User. I see you, Mar. I see you, Brandon. I see you, Derek. The whole family's here. So let me get back into the talking points. But thank you for the comments on LinkedIn. I do appreciate that, family. You know what you begin to notice? You begin to notice when your discipline slips. You begin to notice when your focus disappears. You begin to notice when your energy changes. You begin to notice when your confidence drops. You begin to notice when your habits become inconsistent. That's what building in public actually does for you. And those are the patterns that we're trying to pick up on as we're building out our brand, as we're angling to get to that corporate office, as we're just trying to elevate to the next level. Sometimes you just got to be so self-aware that you realize your patterns are preventing your growth. This is how we're going to get unstuck and get to the next level. Y'all let me know. Have you ever noticed that accountability, it changes your behavior? Y'all let me know. Have you ever noticed that? Like when someone holds you accountable, how your behavior changes? Maybe here's a good analogy. Some of us have kids. You start holding your kids accountable. You start telling them right from wrong, what they can and cannot do. Some of the behaviors that are showing up that you want to correct early, right? And then you start addressing those behaviors. What happens? Those behaviors change, and it happens early within your kids. But as we become adults, we get stuck in these routines and these patterns, and we think our way is the best way or no highway or whatever, right? But when you get somebody like true, you get a sponsor, you get a mentor, you get a coach, you get somebody that identifies your patterns and then helps you correct those behaviors, man, that's a game changer. Like that's real. So building publicly, it creates accountability naturally, family. I see you, family. I appreciate the love. Now, listen, when you're building in public, you can't hide behind your intentions anymore. Like the work tells the truth. And honestly, they can feel, like people can feel when it's uncomfortable sometimes. So listen, if you're here, you're like, okay, it's cool, Pat. It sounds great. It sounds like you're doing a lot of stuff. Listen, follow me. Give me a follow on LinkedIn. I put out a lot of content on LinkedIn. I'm getting ready to actually put out a lot of stuff on Instagram as well. And, back in the day, I ended up getting a coach on Instagram and I paid money for this coach, but I haven't done any of the work yet because here's the thing. I wanted to like really maximize and monetize one site first before I move to the other one. And sometimes half the battle when you're building in public is strategy. What is your strategy, right? So I got a coach for Instagram, but me personally, if you see what I'm doing on LinkedIn, dude, my LinkedIn has been growing up like crazy because I created a strategy for myself and then I leaned into that strategy. So right now, I'm getting 200,000+ impressions a week. I mean, I've reached over 1.3 million people in a short amount of time just from being visible, right? So the work that I'm telling you about, actually go and do that work. Follow me. Give me a follow on LinkedIn. You'll see real talk. Like I'm putting in the effort. I'm putting in the time. I'm creating a brand. And it's won me all kind of awards, recognition, magazine features, covers of things. It happens just truly from leaning into what your purpose is. So that's me, right? And so I'm always getting honest with this process. So this process is exposed things for me, things about myself. And I was like, okay, Pat, we got to get better, dude. Like I can't keep being the same version of myself if I'm trying to become somebody different, right? And there's moments where I realized, dude, I'm just overthinking too much. Maybe that's you, but I'm sharing it publicly with you. I mean, there's moments where I see you, Miss Benz. Thanks for tapping in. There's moments where, man, I catch myself overthinking and it creates a little bit of paralysis and it prevents you from doing that thing that you wanted to do, right? And I realized, man, I was hesitating unnecessarily. I realized I was emotionally reacting to some of the small things, some of the small setbacks. Maybe you put out a post, you worked on it, you put some hours into it, and then it gets crickets, or you get small engagement and things. You're like, damn, what the hell? Like I put so much time and energy. It's beautiful. And then it's easy to react to that emotion and just scrap your whole strategy and plan. Like I wanted to lean into my strategy. That's where the self-awareness is going to begin to hit you differently, family. You have to be 100% self-aware. What's working for you? What's not? What's your strategy? Where's your shortcomings? And how can we improve on that thing? And listen, for me, it didn't happen from a place of shame, but it was more so from a place of clarity. That's what I was looking for. Like I'm always looking for clarity. If I'm going to become the best version of myself, I need to find that clarity in myself. I can't find it in any other body but myself first, right? And once you get super clear on who you are, the impact you're trying to make, and the outcome you're trying to deliver, man, everything changes for you. It really, really does. I see y'all family, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I'm gonna get you guys out of here in a minute because listen, once you begin to see the pattern, you can't pretend that you can't see it anymore. Think about it. Once you see where your shortcomings is, you have two choices. You either fix them or you decide to stay the same and nothing happens. A lot of us, we've seen the patterns in ourselves, but we choose to do nothing about it. What if you decide to address the pattern that's keeping you stuck? Like that's the gift for me of building publicly, right? The feedback becomes immediate. You guys keep me sane. Y'all keep me wholesome. Like I read every single comment, every single review. I respond to every single one, right? The feedback becomes immediate. And it's not just, listen, the feedback is not just from the audience, but it's from my own behavior. Like I see that stuff, right? And I had to ask myself something recently. I thank you. I appreciate the love. It is always about self-assessment. Blue collar breakdown. I appreciate you for joining. I had to ask myself something recently. I was like, okay, Pat, listen, who am I consistently becoming through this process? Right? That's the question that I asked myself because the question, it changes how I look at the entire journey. And what I wanted, what I really, really wanted when I started this building public, I just wanted a different version of me to show up. Half the time, you know what we do? Like, and I prayed for this. I went home 3 years ago when I decided, to become an entrepreneur. I didn't pray to God for money. I didn't pray for clarity. The only thing I prayed for is to lean into and become a new version of myself. And so that's the power of building publicly because every single day, man, I lean into and I become a new version of myself. So my prayers are beginning to be answered. You guys hold me accountable. Like this is divine intervention because now, you know what it is? Now it's bigger than content, right? It's character development in real time for me. That's what it is for me, right? So I'm going to show you the shift and I'm about to land this baby really quick. I see you, Keisha James. I appreciate you. Listen, you guys have been giving me hearts and love on TikTok. It means a lot to me because it means that I'm not just talking into the camera. Like there's actually people listening to me. They respect what I have to say and they begin to continue to tap in with me time after time after time. And I really do appreciate you guys. I really do. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I see you Popular on Instagram. I see you Ruck on Instagram. I see you Christian Warman on Instagram. Thank you for tapping in. 3 things that building publicly is teaching me right now. 3 things. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to get you guys out of here. Number 1, self-awareness matters more than ego. I'm going to lose some people. Self-awareness matters more than ego. You cannot improve what you refuse to acknowledge. That's real. A lot of us, we try to put the blinders on like we don't have our own shit that we need to fix. We don't like our own patterns that need to be addressed. And it happens personally in your life and it happens professionally at work, right? Number 1, self-awareness matters more than ego. Number two, consistency exposes patterns quickly, right? This is what we're trying to get to. We want to be exposed so we can learn from ourselves, right? The more often you execute, you begin to execute for yourself, the harder it is to hide behind your weak habits. It is. It's true talk, real talk. That's number 2. Number three, public accountability changes your standards, right? Now it's not just about talking about growth. That's just half the battle. Now you got to actually live out what the hell you talk about every single day repeatedly. And for me, that changed everything. It got real in the field really, really quick. And I stopped looking at, I stopped looking at the process as, I'm just building a business. And I started realizing the process is not only rebuilding me, but it's also helping other people rebuild themselves as well. That carries weight. I take that wholeheartedly, man. I respect that. I really do respect that. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I'm about to land this baby and I'm about to get you out of here. I see you, Luna. I see you, Scared. I see you, Sheeta. I see you, Jonathan. Let's land this baby. I'm about to land it. Here you go. If you're just now joining, we're on episode 99. We're 1 away from episode 100, man. Come on, man. I'm loving it. So here's what this build is reinforcing for me, okay? Visibility matters. We realize that. Your consistency matters. Your execution matters. But self-awareness, family, dude, this self-awareness is a game changer. It changes everything. Like that's the difference right there. Some people build publicly for attention. And hopefully I realize I get attention inadvertently or directly from doing this, but that wasn't my purpose of building this thing in public. Some people build publicly for attention. Others use the process to evolve. And that's what I've been doing. And in the process of evolving myself, man, I'm helping other like-minded individuals like you get unstuck and get that bag this year, man. There's another level of success that you haven't hit yet. There's another life that you haven't tapped into yet. There's a whole new circle of influence that's just waiting for you on the other side of action, family. We're going to get there together this year, right? If you haven't signed up for my Building $1 Million Branding and Visibility playbook, sign up for that. Tap into the newsletter, right? I would love to see you on the inside. Honestly, family, that's where the separation happens. Listen, building it publicly will force you to face yourself. And honestly, if I'm being honest, you know I'm going to be honest with you, family. That might be one of the most valuable parts of this entire journey. Family, that's been episode 99. Give yourself a round of applause. Listen, I want to give myself a round of applause for taking. Thank you. Listen, y'all been showing tons of love, and I really do appreciate this. I do these every single day, noon Central Standard Time, to 30 minutes or less. Invite other like-minded individuals to these lives. And then if you want to go deeper, if you want to really change the course of your life, I created a playbook called Branding and Visibility. It's $1 million playbook. Dude, it's designed to not only give you the knowledge, but the framework, a clear strategy to map out your $1 million bill here in 2026. So tap into the newsletter if you haven't. Until then, tomorrow, much love. Appreciate it, family. Let's get it.